Okay, hi guys. Welcome once more. As always, it's your Dynamics Ambassador Victor. So I'm here today to bring you some exciting solution review. Also, as always, I'm here to make you work easy, work smart, and achieve more. So I will bring you something unique in the ecosystem of omnichannel in regards to customer service. And what I'll be showing you guys today will be working with live chat, right? So for you to be able to embed live chats on your platforms or whatever place you want to drop them, so that from there your customers can quickly reach out to you, and an agent picks it up and begin conversation with the customer directly, and to be able to resolve the customer's complaint in quick time, right? So it's going to be an exciting one. So hit the subscribe button so that you could get notification when I release more subsequent videos, because I'll be running a series on Omnichannel. I'll be showing you guys the fun stuff that are available in Microsoft Dynamics Omnichannel. So hit the subscribe button so as I bring out the videos in sequence in this series, you'll be able to get notified and see how amazing Omnichannel could help you and help your company achieve more in regards to getting real-time complaints from customer. So with that said, let's hit the system and as usual see how things that are available for us. So first of all, we just go to our environment, a Dynamics environment, so that we can do the setup. So I'll just go to aka.ms. So I'll just go to the Power Platform Admin Center so I could access the environment I want to use. If you have any concern, you could drop it on the chat of this video. If it's in regards to the training that is being done, then with that I'll be able to reach out to you and give the needed help or clarification you might need, as the case may be, in regards to what has been discussed. So I'll go to the environment, and the environment I want to use is this customer service trial. So I'll just proceed to click on the organization. So it's going to load for me. So what we plan to do is actually, okay, let's say the company has websites, platforms, and they want from those platforms their customers should be able to reach out to them directly from there, and just so that they can get their complaints or get their request, and an agent will receive that as a live chat and respond to them immediately, right? So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to set up work streams, a work stream to cater for that. So if you don't really know much about work stream, you could check one of my previous videos where I talk about work streams and queues and all that, right? So you could get more details on what work streams is and how it's tied to queues, to be able to give you the needed functionality that you want. Okay, so these are Dynamics environment. So to be able to set up your work streams and queues, as the case may be, where we'll be navigating is the Customer Service Admin Center, which I'm hovering over. So I just click on the Customer Service Admin Center. Okay, so our admin center is now open. So as usual, as I said earlier on, you can check my previous video to get more insight into creating work streams and queues, as the case may be. So for this demo, I've already created a queue, and I've placed an agent there which we'll be using for testing. So what we'll just work through now is to create the chats widget. So you come to work stream. After clicking on work stream, now we'll go and create a new work stream. So I'll click on new work stream. So it's going to request us to pass in a name for the work stream we are creating. So I'll just call this let's say live chats work stream, and the work stream type will be messaging. So we have three types: messaging, record, and voice. Voice is for your phone call. Record is items that are created on the system, so things like your cases that you might need to save and route. Then messaging is where all the other chats fall into, which you have your Facebook, you have your custom chats, Twitter, in the case as you can receive DMs. So I'll just click on messaging and it will tell me to select which type of channel. So as you can see, we have a lot of channel. Omnichannel is very robust and it can cater for a lot for you. I'll also be taking, I'll be releasing the subsequent video on integrating with WhatsApp, also with Facebook, Microsoft Teams, as the case may be. So for this one, we're doing live chat. So I'll just click on chat. So I will not leave it for persistence. I'll just leave the default we have here. And I'll select a default queue. So I just click this queue I created, so which should be the default. So I'll click on create. So that it's going to load and save for us. Okay, so the workstream is now created. The next thing is for us to configure and set up our chats widget. So you come here, you click on setup chat. So I'll click on setup chat. So I'm going to give this a name. So I'll just call this live chat, or let me say Royal Tech Live Support, something like this. So I'll click on next. So this title now is what you want to see on when the widget is on the web page or whatever. So what do you want the customers to see? So for this one, I'll just leave it as let's chat. Some people can say chat with us, or as the case may be. And you can also have the subtitle, which I will leave as the same. You could change the theme to fit into the theme color of your website. And also you could have your own logo if you want to use, but we're leaving everything as default here. Also, then we click on next. So behaviors. So there are some custom messages which you could send out there, but we'll not be using the custom messages. So there's also pre-conversation survey. So this pre-conversation surveys are some of the questions you could ask your customers once they click on the let's chat, so as to just gather some information from them. So let's say I want some pre-conversation survey. If I click on turn on here, I could add question. Let me say I want the person's full name, something like this, full name. That's it. So the question will be full name. Let me make it this way, or I could just say yeah, full name. Just leave it as name. Then single text, I just want a single line. Say yes. Will this be required? Yes. Then the next question I want to ask the person for his email. So I just click on this and say email. Say email address, something like this, and put this here. Then still single line, and I'll make it required and I'll to confirm. And the next one I could just add should be, are you a new customer? So just call this customer ask, and come here and say, are you a new customer? Something like this. For this, we want an option set, so I'll just click here and say option set. So I'll say yes. You select semicolon and say no. Something like this. Is this required? Let's say it's required. Okay, let me remove it not as required. And I'll click on confirm. So we now have 3 questions that we want to ask the customer. So also, you some fun thing you have is you could show the customer, you could have authentication. You could also show the customer the wait time in which they are on. Another thing is you could use the customer location detection. So for this, you need the Bing map setup and all that to be able to set up to see your customers current location. So I'll show you where all this information will come up when a chat is accepted from a customer. And then we'll just click on next. So there are also some other features which you could incorporate, file attachment, how you want the notification to come in, if the customers will be able to get their conversation transcript, meaning what has transpired between them and the agent, for them to be able to get a run through of all those communication. So we have that also. Also, there's option for you to enable video calling. So on the chat, you could enable video calling so that the agent could initiate a video call or the customer could initiate as the case may be. Then there's also screen sharing. So from the chat, the agent could request for a screen share and all that. I'll leave everything just as default so we could have a run through. Then I'll click on next. So this is just the review of all the settings we've made. Then I can click on create. So it's going to create the chat widget for us, which we can now pick up and embed in our different sites. And we're also going to make a test of that shortly once the creation of the chat widget comes up. So our chat widget is done creating. So this is the widgets scripts that we're supposed to copy and paste in wherever we want to use it. But I'll just click on done. I'll show you how you can pick that up from here. But we're not done with the setting. We want this to be able to route this to an agent. So I have an agent account already up. Let me just try bringing that up here. Let's see. So this is my agent account. So this is just like a sample of an agent. Let me confirm this. Okay, yeah, this is an agent, RealTech CRM agent. So this person will be the one receiving the service request on our behalf. So let's just go back and complete the setting that will route it to the person. So it's now the route to queues. By default, if there's no route to queue here, this will fall to this queue. But we just want to create one. If you want more details about how queues are created, just check my previous videos on that. So I'll click on create rule set. I'll just say route to agents, route chats to agents, something like this. I'll click on create. Okay, so our route configuration is now created. So we need to create the rule. So I'll click on create rule and I'll just set up some conditions to pick it by default. All right, so I'll just call this rule same thing, say route to agent rule, right? So for this, let's just say, let's just add something here. I'll say created on contains a date, something like that. Created on, let's say contains data, something like this, which I know is for sure. And the queue I want to take it to is our agent queue, and I click on create. So basically, with this configuration now, whenever any chat comes to this chat work streams this chat work stream we just created is going to be routed to an agent in this queue we configured. So you can come here and see the queue. So the agent support queue now has we've already configured that, and the agent here is our CRM agent, right? And this is the account of the CRM agent. You can see the CRM agent is already logged in. So let me just go to its own Omnichannel end. And now let's test our chat widget, right? So I'll go back here. I'll go to work streams. Now we'll copy the chat widget. So to be able to test this, you could use various platforms, but one of the cool one I use is W3. So I'll just go here and say W3. Yeah, W3 schools. Click OK. So with this, you can have a editor to try out the widget on. So just scroll down to try it yourself. Click on try it yourself. So now it brings you to an online editor where you could run some HTML script and you have the output result here. So I'll go back to dynamics. Then you see copy live chat widget where I'm hovering about. So click on the copy icon. So once it's done copying, go to your W3 try it editor and just pick any space around here. So let's just say come down here, click enter. I'll paste the HTML scripts here. So this is the script we brought in from the Omnichannel, which holds our chat widget. So we click on run. So when it runs, we're now going to have it positioned here because that's what we configured from our chat widget configuration that it should display at the bottom right. So we can see it down here now. It says let's chat, we are online, which is the subtitle. So when I click on let's chat, so it's going to bring me the pre-survey questions I asked. So the question when we're setting them up, this is where the question are going to come in. So I would say this is Victor Oguche, right? Then at email address, say Victor at gmail.com, right? Then are you a new customer? Say yes, I'm a new customer. Then submit this. So once I submit, if you come down to CRM, so it said an agent will be with you in a moment. So now let's go and bring up the agent account. So this is the agent account. So a pop-up is going to come up here showing for this agent to accept the customer request that's coming. So you can see now there's a chat request from a visitor. So you're seeing from a visitor here because my name is not already provisioned on the system. I'm not yet a contact on this CRM environment. That's why. But if I'm already a contact, you see that it's going to pop up my full name here, picking it up from the email. So I'll just accept this. Once you accept, you now have a panel that will come up here where the agent will now begin to interact with the customer. So that's loading up for us. Very good. So with this now, I can now see the communication panel, right? And it will show me. So if, for instance, you had a chat bot placed on that work stream, you will see all the interactions the customer have had with the chatbot. So when I go through chatbots, you also see that that will be in part of this series. So let's say the customer. Let me just go back to the customer end and say hi. So it told me that CRM agent has joined the conversation. So the agent has picked my request. So I'll say hi CRM agent. I need help with the products config something. Let's say guys, tech guy config file, something like this. If I click on enter, when you come down to your CRM agent, you see the communication from the customer pop up here. Still trying to let me see what's okay. It sends. Is the agent. Also, you can see the pre-survey questions that we're asking. So they are already here. You could also see the device in which the customer is using in regards to chatting with you. So different businesses could use that for different use case as it may be. Also, from this also we could create a new contact or a new account for the person, or create a new case as the case may be. So let's say we want to use this person's information and create a new contact. So if I just click on new contact, so I click on new contact, and you could just pass in the person's details that was collected. So first name Victor, just put last name Okuche, then scroll down and just see his email address is Victor Oguche at gmail.com, and I can say save and close, right? So I've passed in this agent into the system as a customer. So let me try refreshing the chats from the customer. Didn't pop up here. Let me just refresh. Maybe a case of network issues. Okay, so I've closed the previous chat so that we could just test with the new information, the customer details I uploaded. Let's see how, if a new chat is coming, how the chat widget displays it. So let me just refresh this, run again. Now click on let's chat. click on this let's chat. So now say the name is still Victor OGUCHE, and the email address is same, Victor OGUCHE at gmail.com. Then I'll go to yes. Okay, now let me just say no and click on submit. So once I submit, it's going to pick up. So let's say I say hi, Royal Tech Hub. So let's go back to the agent and see what the agent is saying. So you see now, it's instead of visit, I say chat request from Victor Guche, because my record's already on the system and I'm using the same email. So CRM is matching the email with the customer that is already on the system. So let me just close this previous one, close this, and I will accept this one. Just click on accept. So basically that's the approach when the customer is already sitting in CRM. So you'll be able to see the customer details, and now the customer information is what pops up here, and still the normal conversation pre-survey and interaction with customer and the agent begins to flow on this communication panel. So that's basically the run through on how you could set up a chat widget such that from the system and your customers can reach out to you directly, and an agent picks it up and is able to now communicate as the case may be. So as always, if you have any concern or you want to drop some communication on how you could do this from your end, if you have faced any challenge, you could drop it on the chat. Also share the video so that your colleagues also in the dynamic space could see how easy and fast it is to have a chat which is set up and running from your dynamic CRM and in regards to receiving customer complaints from different sources. So thank you very much, and see you in our next video.